Form your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, this is Taiwan Semiconductor. Here's where we were on Thursday, of course. We were making that it was actually a 135 pattern. Really nice symmetry here on all these. And then we were expecting it to open higher, at least at this level right here. And of course, it gapped above the 1.618 level. The big ABCD on this is 216, but we've been as high as 221 already. But that's, I'm just bringing this stock to your attention, folks, as someone asked about it. That's the only reason I don't do anything in the stocks. The stuff I do is a lot simpler. I'm a simple guy, ABCD. Unfortunately, the technical world has caught up to me and has beaten me with a stick, and I'm just having a rough time with this. We're going to go over a few things here that we've been talking about for quite a few times here, but I have to show you something, folks, that happened to the market today. Now, we had a wild day in the gold market. I'm going to bring this to your attention. Here's where we were. There's where we were Friday, as you can see. Then Sunday, we made this perfect ABCD pattern right here to 2661. Folks, this went from 2661 all the way down to 2626. Now, in order to show you what happened during that time, I have to get the gold market up here so we can take a quick look at it, and you'll be able to see what we were watching here. So as we got to that level right here, first of all, I'm going to go down to a smaller time frame so you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. There was your ABC. Let's get rid of this one here so we can see it. There was the ABCD pattern that we were looking for. And of course, we went right down to your 0.618, and then we rallied up. Look at the swings here. We were all the way down to 35, then up to 65, and then down to 26, that number we were looking at. There it is right there, that 78% level. And then since that time, we've rallied back. Now, how much did we rally back? You're going to be able to see we're a little above we're sitting right at the 50% level right now here in the, well, we were about $9 ago, but that's what it's done so far. But look at these swings, folks. Boy, you're talking about $50 up, $20 down, that's 70, $40 down, that's 110, and then up 25, $140 swing in gold today, and it's basically unchanged. Shut the front door and raise the rent. If that's not volatility, I don't know what is. Now, one of the things that I did talk about in the newsletter, unfortunately, it didn't go out. I was expecting a rally because of the fact that the market had, held that double bottom. But if you looked at the newsletter, which you're going to get in a day or two, we were looking for the Russell to come up and make an ABCD here at 213.38. The high was 213.60. So we missed that one. And, well, anyway, it's trading about $1,000 under that level right now. So stop would be at break even now. So that's what I would be watching, because if this is the ABCD, then I think that we're going down. Folks, I haven't seen anything different in this market that changed my mind of being what I would call a super bear. That's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. I'm not going to stand in front of these markets like last night in the S&P. Once it went above 59.99, I mean, there was no rate. There was no, and the what do you call it? The Nasdaq had already exceeded the 382. It had to go high. Well, it didn't have to, but it did. And if you looked at the Dow Jones, it was pointing to that same number up there at 44. Even. So anyway, that's some of the ones that we're watching here today. I don't think anything's much different than what I'm looking at. So let's get back here and go over a few other charts that we've been following for the last several days. Now, we've been looking at the cattle market for quite a while here, and we've finally found a place where we thought was going to be a pretty good high in the cattle market. And there's where we were looking at that there. You notice here that went up and matched the high of yesterday. That was at 96 right here. Now we're trading at 95. Now that basically confirms that this is a pretty significant ABCD up there, 96.35. The high has been 96.32. How close can that be? Well, that's what it is. For what it is, that's what we're looking at. So we're expecting the cattle to start coming down. So far, it's working a little bit. But, like we say, some days it's chicken salad and some days it's chicken souffle. Who knows? All right, let's move on over to another one that we were talking about here on Friday. We'll just get up here 1 second here. Well, I have to show you natural gas, folks. We had a big move in natural gas overnight, but I have to show you this on the AI program because this has just about been as perfect as you can possibly see. There's your low, there's your high, there's your low, and there's your high, and now your low's coming down in here. But looking at this on the daily, that was one of the things we covered in the video that didn't get to go out because I had no emails. And you'll notice here that we made the 382 down here yesterday on Friday, and now we moved up and then we backed off right here. So that's why this is important. You want to take a look at this and you'll see the low that we made on Friday. There it is, Friday's low. Let's get it over here. There's Friday's low is right there, and now we're backing off. So I wanted to just give you a heads up because you want to watch for those 382s when they occur. And there was the first one right here, and it went way up, and now it's coming back down. But now you've got an ABCD that's going to tell you that it's going to come down a little bit lower. Now, H.M. Gartley said in his book, Profits in the Stock Market, be ready to buy the first ABCD pattern in a new bull market. And this with a big gap up like this tells you something happened to natural gas. And then you'll see that this is what we're paying attention to here. I had one trade in natural gas this morning, folks, and that was selling that high. And I bought the 382. I didn't buy it because I was busy doing something else, but that's one of the things that I'm watching. Another one that is acting incredibly bearish. I mean, you just can't get it any more bearish than this. This is the treasury bond market, folks. There was our low on Friday. There's where we were Sunday night. We rallied up to 382 right off of that move and then bang down again. And then what you do, you had another little rally. And, when we do that, what you have to do is you have to reconnect your 382 pattern. So you've got a new 382, and that will come in up here at 13.16.5. So watch that, because if we do start to rally, and I'm not sure we're going to, because this is a market that is under tremendous amount of pressure and just doesn't look very good technically if you want to know the real facts behind the case. Okay, now we have to talk about Tesla. We'll come up here in just a second here and let our friends know that we're still watching it. And here we'll get the hourly chart up. I don't think it's made new highs, but who knows. Oh, here's where we are in Tesla. There's where we are. We actually have a 135 pattern here, and I'll bet you nickel to a donut that was 382. Let's take a look. AB equals CD, and that is, well, a little above 382. That's 418, and it's got as high as 424. Well, 5 points on a $400 stock is not too much, but that is a 135 pattern, and this one was probably spot on, 618. Let's just double check for kicks and giggles, and it was not quite. It misses it by like $2. So anyway, that's what we're watching Tesla. Stay with 877-927-6648.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. an amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, here's the chart right out of the newsletter. As you can see, we made the 1.618 expansion Gartley on Friday. We opened higher here on Sunday night. And of course, one of the things we would try to remind folks is once the market's done that, watch for the first 382 retracement, and you'll be able to see that, oh, maybe this was it right here. Let's just double check. Draw this from your high down to your low, and you'll stop and see that, lo and behold, there it is right there. Hits it the first time. There's a second time, misses it by a heartbeat. But there is a small ABCD pattern in here too that gets you right to that promised land. That is 3 pips away from the exact number, folks. And you can see it's dropped well over $1,100 here. $900 in just a short period of time with virtually no correction on the downside. But that's what you're looking for, is to try to find it. There was your first letter, your first 382 was, let's get that, draw that in right here, was that one right there. That one lined up perfectly right at 382, and then you had the ABCD come in right here, and now we're heading down. So the next thing you'd want to watch is to go to the longer time frame and see where the first 3, you can see the 3 drive to a top pattern right here. There's the 382 we were looking at. So go back and we'll look at the last major correction we had. Well, you can see here, we've already went below the 382 of that one. Let's just double check. This is a pretty good correction here. We'll see if that's going to give us support, because it's still be bullish, even though that 618 is a big, oh, we're right there right now. So we're going to find out if that's going to be I don't trust that one that much, folks. Well, there's one way to prove it. Let's see if that's the BC leg of that move, and I don't know. It can't be because it's too small. Yeah, no, it's not. So this is probably not going to do that. The fact that it's right here means a little something, but I wouldn't give it much help here from there. I really think it's going to probably go a lot lower just because of that 3 drive pattern right here. You can see it just a little above the 1.618. Even if you didn't get the top, if you waited for the 382 in here, you were okay. And that's what it's all about, is, trying to control your risk. Now, to prove this theory of that's going to be some type of a high, what we need to do, we'll get this out of the way here, and we'll come up here and we'll watch to see if we can see the same thing happening in gasoline. Okay, we'll put the hourly chart on gasoline up. Oh, look at gasoline. It's even doing the same thing. Here's our gasoline chart. You can see we made a new high up here in gasoline, and look what's happened. It's dropped. Wow, 5 cents a gallon. That's a lot. Okay, let's go to a smaller time frame, just like we did before. We'll go down to a 4-minute and see if we find that 382, and I don't think you find it on this one. Nope. See, there's no 382 right here, but you do have the ABCD. It took about half an hour to make that, and we'll just draw it in. And it's, this is a good trading pattern, because you don't have to risk very much if you're right. And see, it's 0.32, not 0.38. The difference is very, very small, but, if you're trying to boil eggs, you want to make sure you get that's Grandma's talking. Stop it. I don't need that. 206. And it got to 205.40, so it misses it by a full cent. Now we're dropping pretty dramatically, but we're right at the 1.618 now. It means we're probably going to be heading a lot lower than that. So next, take a look at the heating oil and verify that. And as you come up and get this hourly chart here in heating oil, oh my, look at this. Can you believe this? Oh my God. There's your 1.618 expansion here to folks. Oh, dear me. I missed this one. I got a little bit of the crude, but this was the better one to do, because look at this one, folks. There's your 1.618 expansion over the last 10 days. That whole range right there. Look at this. You've got a beautiful ABCD pattern lined up, just as lovely as you could possibly make it. There's your ABCD leg right there at the 1.618. 239 to 234, that's a $2,000 move and dropping. So sometimes these patterns work, so sometimes they don't, but by golly, when they do, it's something you ought to pay attention to. It's my opinion, of course, and we'll see. If you pay more than 2 cents, I say you've overpaid. So we'll get rid of the gasoline here, and we're going to switch over, and we're going to talk about, hold on one second here, we're going to talk about the gasoline, the currencies. All right, because currencies had a little bit of a bounce today. Nothing to write home about, but we did have a rally here from January 1st. We rallied from 23,250. We rallied 200 points in the British pound. There it is right there. That's a 200-point rally, okay? And what we're going to do now is we're going to look at it on the longer time frame, and you'll see that we have a 382 coming in here somewhere today. Now we made a lower low here in January, so we'd have to redo this, and we're going to go see if that one right back here was exactly 382. And we're going to look and see that, wow, by golly, it wasn't too far off. At 25312, so it went 20 points above the 382, and now it's starting to drift lower right here. Now we did have an ABCD bounce here on January the 2nd. We've already talked about that, but that does not affect where we think we're going with the British pound. And that's right here, folks, 122.75. Not 123 there, but 122.75, and it should come within this week, because this was 15 weeks down. This was 15 weeks down. This was only 7 weeks down. So we're really close to a new low down in here, so we really got to watch it closely. That's why that beeper comes on, that we want to watch it starting to move lower. We want to get in here because we're due for a rally in this thing, because the dollar index is starting to slow down a bit, as we can see from the charts. And since we're talking about that dollar index, we'll just come up and take a quick look at it here. The dollar index is D under DDD. That's not D, that's H. There it is right here. We'll just get the hourly up here. You can see we backed off from the dollar index, but let's take a look at this on the long-term weekly, because the daily, that's the daily we were looking at, because we cleaned that out right up in here. But remember, on the long-term weekly, this is what I really wanted. You see, we went right above that, just a little bit, poked its head above it, and now it's below it. See, 108.80 was a number. It got to 109.37, went 50 pips higher, and now it's reversed. This is telling us the dollar has made some type of a high, so you want to start looking for a place to, maybe even buy the British pound. And of course, it's rallied 200 points off that high, so I didn't catch that. I wasn't watching it, folks. I was doing too many things in gold and silver and crude oil and all this other stuff. I just couldn't do it all. But hopefully we'll get some of these out. If I get this Telegram channel working, we'll be able to send these things out instantaneous, no email. You just have to go in and pull up your security code or whatever it's going to be. I don't know how it's going to work, but they tell me it can be done, and we'll do that from right here. So let's take a look at something happened in the news just a few minutes ago, about an hour or so ago. We have a new prime minister coming in on Canada. And that means that Mr. Trump is going to have to do tariffs for somebody else. We're going to get this. This is a Canadian dollar. Now, this, if I'm correct now, the Canadian dollar should be rallying a lot. So let's see if that's correct. Whoa, I was right. There it is right here. There's the Canadian dollar. There was the pattern that we had here, folks. Remember, on the long-term weekly, we thought it was going to get right up here. And look what we did. We got right up here. We've been here for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. It's took a resignation of the prime minister to get the darn thing to move at all. So, even though you got it up in here, how do you know what's going to happen from that level? But the fact that it happened going down, let's see, when the announcement came out was, the announcement was right in here. So this was no big deal. All right, let's take a break. 877-927-6648.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey. Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, this is the silver market now. This morning, gold was down $15, and silver, believe it or not, was up 22 cents. So I'm saying I better take a look at the silver market. Well, I put the thing in here, but it was already trading there. So I said, well, maybe I'll try to buy it on a little bit of a pullback. And of course, the trading gods saw it go straight up. Look at this, folks. That was a $5,000 move, actually a $7,500 move in silver. Just an incredible move. And then look what happens. It drops $1, $5,000. Now, I'm looking at it now for the first time, and let's just see if that was a 382. I can tell you right now, it wasn't. It's a little more than 382. It's right at the old 50%. And if you think these guys are not trading these things, don't know these numbers, you ought to think again. From there, we rallied up. Look at the swing in this silver today. Oh, my goodness. You go up 7, down 5. That's 12,000, and then you go up another 500. That's 12.5, and then down. It's $15,000 move in silver. That's unbelievable. You can see that the high. Let's just clean that out. The high from the low, you'll see, comes in. Where at? Almost exactly. Well, halfway between 618 and 786. So wild swings here, folks. You got to pay attention to this stuff because it's going to get wilder and wilder. I've been saying this for quite some time. There's something bad is getting ready to happen to the United States stock market and the economy. And nobody believes me, but that's okay too, because I've been wrong before. Like I've always said, often wrong, but never in doubt. Not this time. This time it's different, and I'll show you why. This is the chart that should scare the living heck out of you. This is the amount of credit that's out there now, folks. You see where we were here in the dot-com bubble? Hello, operator. This was the dot-com bubble. Look where we are now with margin debt and negative balances. In other words, people borrowing margin to buy stocks. Okay? You can see the three-drive pattern here in the stock market. We've talked that about, till our eyes gone out of our head. But this is the real problem. This was the dot-com bubble. This was COVID right in here. Yeah, there's the dot-com. Here was the crash of the real estate market, remember? That came in on March the 5th of 2009. But here's where we are now. We're going to correct all of this, folks. It's going to hurt a lot of people. Don't let it be one of you, okay? And I could be wrong, but not this time. Now, too many things are happening. A couple things. Back in 1929, one of the most popular books around was F. Scott Fitzgerald, The Great Gatsby. So what's the number one show on Broadway right now? The Great Gatsby. Write that in. Who was the number one man put on Time magazine for the Man of the Year? Donald J. Trump. How did that come in? All this stuff is coming together, folks, and that's what scares me a little bit, and I'm concerned about some of you. Maybe you don't want to have to listen to me or not, I don't know. But look at this. Look at this amount of margin debt that's out here, folks. This is from the Elliott Wave, folks. There was the dot-com bubble, okay? Look where we are now. You see how much that is? That is just 250% more than we were in the dot-com bubble. Whew, boy, this thing's really set up to really take a flying Melinda when it does come, but maybe not in my lifetime. So we'll have to wait and see. I try to use a little tools here to keep myself from getting killed once in a while. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that's the main thing that we're paying attention to. I still believe this is the main thing that happened. November 27th was the day the New York Stock Exchange Index topped. The Dow Jones topped on December 5th. The S&P topped on December the 16th. And the NASDAQ, I'm not even sure it's topped yet. No, it topped right around Christmas, as I recall. So anyway, that's what we're looking at on these things. So I hope that gives you some idea of what we're going to have. Some charts here that I wanted to catch up with just to show you where we were. This is the one I believe we're following right now. I believe we're right here. This is where I believe we are. We could be right here, but I believe we're right there because we did have that big low. We came down, then we bounced for just a couple of days here, what's what we've done. We've rallied Thursday, Friday, and Monday. This is 2 days. It could be 3 days. The Dow Jones made the 382. The Russell made the 382. The S&P made the 786. The NASDAQ made the 786. But if that's it, and it should happen, we got 2.5 hours to go. It should happen to sell off and close lower today. Look out, because this is going to happen very, very fast, and it's not going to give you much time to act. My opinion again, but that's what I'm seeing. I have to stand by what I think I'm looking at. Not always right, but I'm always in doubt. This New York Stock Exchange Index has already made the 630. We're right in here right now. We're right in here right now. We got all the way down to here. We've rallied back a little bit right here, but that's already been completed. The Dow Jones Transportation today let's just bring that up because I think that's important to watch. Get up here. We'll take the IYT to see if it's still working. It might have kept going higher, which would put a little bit of egg on my face, but fortunately, I'm a big lover of bacon and eggs. And what we're going to do now is we're going to get the daily chart up here and see what it's doing. Look at this, what it's done here. Here's where we are. There's the ABCD pattern in this. We'll draw it up and see it. And it's got as high as 69.85. And the number was 69.67, and that's where we're trading right now. That's an ABCD Gartley in a bear market. Page 222 of Gartley's book, he said, if you see this pattern, sell it. Because it's an ABCD in a new bear market, and you want to get short. Even though it's got that big gap in here, you still got to do it. Your stop has to be up around 70.5, 71. But that's what I'm looking at on this one also, okay? So that's the Dow Jones Transportation. Now we'll move this out of the way here. We've covered the silver. And we have a question about Apple. Apple in the tree. We'll be looking at you pretty soon, my friend, and we'll find it right. Well, I have two questions now about a couple of these stocks. Okay, here's Apple. See how it's doing today. Well, this is what they call a bad tick, folks. This is bad data. Let's just go to a 4-hour chart, and it won't be in that, I don't believe. There's where our low was the other day. Here was our rally this morning. Let's just see how. It didn't make a 382 as of yet, but it certainly could from the high that we made right back here. It misses it by quite a bit so far. So it doesn't really mean very much. We've already covered Tesla, and they asked me to look at Broadcom, which is AVGO, I believe. That's been one that's been extremely bullish, and well, there's another one of those bad ticks. I'm sorry. That's because I have delayed data, folks, because I don't trade stocks. I'm not going to pay for data that I'm not going to use. Let's get up here, and we'll just change the, for some reason, it's taken off of the 4-hour, but not here. Well, my golly, it didn't make a new high today in AFCO. I know that we did in Nvidia, but this one made it up to the 78%, but that's it. We'll look at Nvidia as we come back, folks. 877-927-6648. Oh, we got to check the read.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, this is Nvidia. We looked at it before. It was right at the 382 here at 126 back here on this 18th of December. And now we've made a new high. You can see here as we're looking at this, it's we've had an ABCD. We have 2 gaps in here. So we know if we do that we have to extend the AB swing at least to 1.27. So if you extend that out to 1.27 just because of the gaps, okay, that's going to take you right up to right about here, 153. And the high today so far is 152.16. Let's put our beeper in, and it'll tell us that we get there. That should be the high of that move right there. We're going to find out if it means anything or not, but that's what we're looking at. Next one is Broadcom. You'll notice here that did not make a new high. There's where we said this tremendous move after its earnings. Of course, if you remember, we've seen that all along from right around Christmas time. And then what we've done here over the last 2 weeks is made this 135 pattern. It's a perfect one. And the reason why is if you look at the high, I see there's got to be data that's got to be fixed. Let's just move this around here. And let me refresh the data, and we should be okay. There it is. Yeah, the data's okay. Yeah, within a close enough. Yeah. Well, let's make it correct. All right. There's the ABCD that we're looking at. There's the 135 pattern coming in here. There's your high. There's your high, and there's your high right about now. So all you have to do is to see what this high was right here, and there it was right at 61% retracement, and the high on this one here was probably right at 78% retracement, and there they are, 78, 618, that's the number right here, 240, it's now 235, so that is a 135 given to us by Roy Longstreet and his fine son Bill, who I happen to be friends with those guys. That's a real honor because Mr. Longstreet was the king of the soybean market, folks. He actually ran that thing during the 50s and 60s. Okay, now we'll move on here and we'll talk about one other market that someone's asking about, and that is copper. And we'll get a copper coming up here. Right here is copper. We're going to put up the 60-minute chart. At one time, it was really strong. Oh, it still is really strong. There it is right now. We made a big ABCD here, I believe. Well, we've done something to make that bottom. Oh, so 1.618. No wonder. There it is. There's your 1.618. You look at that 1.618. For all these swings that are in here, You measure this swing here by 1.618. There it is right there. And now we had the big rally. What are the odds are that it made a 61% of this high right back here? Let's just double check and see. And look at that, folks. Within 1 penny of the exact number. This came in at 4.19 today. This is 4.21, within 2 cents. And it's backed off a little bit since that time. The reason why it looked like it wanted to rally, folks, and I'm doing this from the back door of looking at silver, but there was the lows that we had on the 2nd and 3rd, and here was your pullback here. Took 6 hours to make that pullback, and as you can see, all that was a 382, right? There it is right there. And look what happened once it took off above there. That's when the short said, well, I better get out of the way. And here again is another, we had this big sell-off. We went from 420 all the way down. We dropped 7 cents. That's a big move in copper. Now, if that's correct, this should verify that 382 that we just did. So we come back and go back and look at it again. There's the 382 here. Bring it up right here. And there it is. This is what Elliott Wave's all about, folks. They didn't see that. They still don't see it. But someday they will, and there'll be the discovery of it. And I'd be happy for everybody that finds that, because that's what we're trying to do here, is to make a few bucks for everybody else. And if you had done the old trade in the old YM, didn't look too good at the time, but by golly, don't look too bad now, does it, folks? We're near the low of the day than we near the high of the day, aren't we? See, that's 300 handles, folks. That's 1,500 American dollars. Let's see how the Russell's doing. It's hanging in there okay. Yep, it's doing okay. Remember, the Russell was done on the daily. That was the one in the newsletter that I put in right there. 312, the high was 2313.60, and we're now 97. We're $750 lower, break-even stop now in that, but that's what we're paying attention to as we look at this here this morning. And now we have another question about platinum. All of a sudden, everybody's talking about the metals tonight, but we'll do our best to take a look at them. And here's platinum. I haven't seen a platinum chart in a long time. Let's take a look here where we are in platinum today. Platinum is $50 a penny. There's where we were. We had some big swings here. My goodness, we have big ABCD down in here. There's not much here. That's probably why I don't trade it. It's not as easy to trade as gold and silver, especially gold. Gold is one of the easier. Gold, crude oil are two of the easiest, along with the euro and some of the other currencies. S&P and the others are okay too, but those are gold and crude oil and the currencies. Boy, even the Fed don't mess around with those guys. So you got to be prepared when you trade those, because they follow the number sequences. Now, we've had a big run here in platinum. So person asked, where would I buy it? So I'm going to draw the line in. If that's 382, there it is right now. If you wanted to buy platinum, it's at the 382, 542. Much better to buy it here than to buy it at 562. But you got to put your stop, below in here. So you're going to have to risk about $10 to get in it. So if that happens, you've just got to take the loss. It's got to be down in here. So if you buy it here, you got to put a stop in right there. As we look at this, because these should all do pretty much the same thing. There was your first bottom coming in right here. And we're just going to verify these 382s. That's all I want to do. There's your high to low. Okay, that didn't draw it right, but let's just draw it back again. There's your high. There's your other high. It comes in closer to the 50%. There's virtually nothing here, but we'll check it because it's an hourly chart. Your high up to your low. That one comes to the 382. We got another one in here, and that's basically all you're looking for are smaller 382s along this path. Of course, this goes to 50% or right in between, and so this is why it's got to hold right here. Otherwise, it's not any good, and you don't want to stand in front of that. Friday, our guest will be Mike Moore of More Analytics, and I'm going to be doing the live trading from 9 till noon. We had a really good run last week. We had over $1,500 profits on December the 27th, which was a really good day for us. And we had a couple others that kept on going if we'd have been able to stay with them over the night, but we get out of those positions because we're only day trading. But we'll be doing that on the 10th of Friday, which will be Friday the 10th. Don't forget, folks, the markets are going to be closed on the 9th, mainly because of Jimmy Carter, but also it's the day after Elvis's birthday. Elvis Aaron Presley's Tupelo, Mississippi, 1935. All right, folks, let's take a break here. I believe we're almost, with the old clock on the wall tells us how much we got. Probably got about 2 minutes left the way my time's going. 40 seconds. Let's see what we can do in 40 seconds. Not too much. So, well, let's talk a little bit about the new year. Watch these currencies around the time of the new year, folks. We've already seen it possibly in the Canadian and a few others. We've got to keep an eye on that, okay? That's my job, and I'll do it. 877-927-6648.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, this is the YM here. I just want to bring it to your attention because you see our low so far has been the exact 382 of the low we made here on the second, right on the close. Remember, we made a new low here on the close. We were completing that A, B, C, D pattern, A, B, C, D pattern completed right there. We did not make a new low in the Russell, nor did we make a new low in the S&P, but we did in the NASDAQ by just a tick or two, and this one was by about 100 Dow points. But if we start getting below 4,300 here, late in the day, and there's 2 hours and 10 minutes left to go into trading, there's a chance you could get a move like that. And below here, it's lights out. as they say in the trade. So we're going to have to wait and see if this is all going to remember. There are a lot of things happening in the world, folks. Some of them good, some of them bad, but that's the way the market goes. You can see here we've stopped right at the 786 here in the NASDAQ. Okay, now so my friends are telling me to stick to Telegram. I'm doing my best to get this stuff out, folks, but boy, it's a frustrating thing for me because I just don't do this stuff very well technically. They want me to do these QR codes with my phone, and my chubby little fingers have a hard time, doing that stuff. So I'm doing the best I can, but the signals are good. Just getting them to you is what's a little difficult. But that's what we're watching here as we're looking at some of these things here today. I think we got just a few seconds to go here. Let me check the old clock on the wall. And we got 50 seconds. Oh, by the way, if you want to hear a great tribute to the king himself, Elvis Aaron Presley, go to what's it called? Doggone it, I'll think of it in a second. 45.com. Record 40 add 45.com. In other words, the 45 records, if you remember back in those days. I think if you YouTube it, you'll find it. But that's what, if you want to do it. It was a great show, and I love all of Elvis's music, of course. Hey, we'll see you on the flip side tomorrow, folks. May God bless and live every day in an attitude of gratitude.